What's up guys, Syiler here, and I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be running through 10 hunter pets that are rare and unique, and they will not be spirit beasts. So these pets will be obtainable by beast mastery, survival, and marksman. They won't have any exotic features to them, but they will look different from the rest. They might be the same model, but they will have a unique kind of visual look to them. They will also be rare, so if you do like hunter pets that, take a bit of time to get, or could take a bit of time depending on how lucky you are, then these pets are going to be for you. The first pet up on our list is going to be Quall, which is this kind of blue gemish looking bird of prey. It looks really nice, and to get this pet you're going to have to head to Stone Talon Mountains, which is in Kalimdor. And just south of Windshear Hold, you'll find this little building, and just to the right of that building will be where Quall can spawn. It only has one spawn location in the zone, so if it isn't there, it does mean it's not up, which makes this a kind of nice camp because you can just go there, park your character there, and check every once in a while. Now this is a vanilla rare, so it's going to have about a 4 to maybe 8-ish hour respawn, generally towards the 4-hour side though, so it's not going to be an insane camp for this one. But you could still be waiting for some time, especially if you do miss the camps. Don't forget to make use of war mode and non-war mode as well to check the different phases, and keep checking back until you find the pet. The next pet up on our list is going to be Deth'Tilac, which is this kind of purpley looking lava spider. It looks really good, and it's the only purple one of these that you can tame. There are a bunch of these lava spiders, but this is the only purple one currently. And this is an interesting tame because Deth'Tilac will actually scale up to 120, even though it is a cataclysm mob. So to find Deth'Tilac, you're going to have to head to the Molten Front in Mount Hyjal, and then in the Molten Front you'll find the Forlorn Spire. Now, if you've never been to Molten Front before, you will have to unlock it. To do that, you need to quest through Mount Hyjal, assist the 4 Ancients, which can be done about halfway through the zone, and then once you've assisted all 4 of them, you've fully helped them, you can head to the Sanctuary of Malorne, and you'll find Meto Claw, who will start the quest line to get into the Molten Front. So once you're in the Molten Front, as I said, head over to the Forlorn Spire, which is kind of like on the rightish side. There'll be this massive kind of pillar looking thing, and Deth'Tilac will spawn behind that. And the way Deth'Tilac works is if you get too close to it, it will kill you. But you have to DPS it down low enough, I think it's 20%. You have to get it to 20%, and then you'll be able to actually do the tame. So what most people do when trying to tame this pet is they'll use their current pet, as a sacrificial lamb. They'll slow it with concussive shot and tar traps, and then they'll send their pet in to just die to it consistently, because if anyone gets near it, it will do the one shot. You will need your pet to growl the aggro off you, and then it'll one shot the pet. You kite it a bit more, res your pet, and repeat that process until it's low enough, because its one shot mechanic will actually injure itself. So you don't really need to do damage, you just need to consistently be sending your pet in and keeping it away from you, and then eventually it'll be low enough and you can begin the tame. Now Deth'Tilac is on quite a longer respawn. It's going to be about between 6 and 12 hours, so you are going to be waiting quite a while for this one to spawn. But once it's spawned, kite it around, send in your pet, tame it, and you get yourself a Deth'Tilac. The next pet up is going to be the coloured Mechanostrider, which is Optimo. And there are a few Mechanostrider pets, but this is the only one with this colouring. And to get this pet, you will need to head into Loch Modan, which is in Eastern Kingdoms. And southeast of Loch Modan, you'll find this cave. And you'll know you're in the right cave because there'll be a bunch of the Mechanostriders, but they'll be unpainted, they'll be kind of grey versions. So you'll be in the right cave, and then in that cave you'll find Optimo kind of roaming around it. So give it a good look around and see if you can find Optimo up. Optimo is on about a 4-hour respawn, so it's not going to be an insane camp for this one. You could get unlucky once again. But do keep in mind though, unless if you're a goblin or a gnome, you won't need this item. But if you're everything else, you will need to get the Mecha Bond Imprint Matrix, which is an item that will allow you to tame mechanical pets. So if you don't have that, you can either use your Legion Engineering to craft it. You will need the recipe from a special vendor, or you can buy it from the auction house for a few thousand gold, up to you how you want to get it. And once you have that item, it will work for any mechanical pets you want to tame. So it's worth grabbing either way. And then wait for Optimo to be up, tame it, nothing special behind the tame, and you'll have yourself the pet. The next hunter pet up is going to be Sambas, and it's this great looking lion pet. It has like the full mane, it's the only pet like this that you can tame, so it really stands apart from the other lion and kind of cat looking pets. And it's very similar to the Alliance Guild Vendor mount too, so you can kind of use those two together if you want. But really nice looking pet. And to get this pet, you will need to head to Twilight Highlands. And there's going to be 5 locations that Sambas can spawn in Twilight Highlands. They'll be marked on the map in a moment. You want to check those 5 locations for Sambas. He walks around a little bit, but not too far, so just kind of check the immediate areas, making sure you're using track beasts. and see if Sambas is up. Now, it is on about a 6-ish hour respawn, so this one's going to be a little bit tougher to get because there are multiple spots. And, you know, obviously you're going to have to deal with the respawn timer too. But don't forget checking war mode and non-war mode as well if you get the opportunity to. And then once you do find Sambas, there's nothing really you need to know with the tame. It's a straightforward tame. It's not going to be dealing that much damage. So once you find it, just begin the tame and you'll be good to go. The next rare pet up is a little bit different from the rest in how it's obtained, and that is the Monstrous Spineclaw, which is this crab that has this kind of bluey purple tint to it. It looks really, really good. And the way this one works is it's a rare spawn of another mob. So you'll have to head to the Timeless Isle for this, which is off the coast of the Jade Forest in Pandaria. And once you're there, you'll find these mobs called the Ancient Spineclaws. They're all along the coast, there's quite a lot of them. So you could first of all kind of run around the coast and see if the Monstrous Spineclaw is up. But if it isn't, then what you're going to have to do is start killing as many Ancient Spineclaws as possible, running up and down the coast, and continuously killing them until you proc a Monstrous Spineclaw, because it's basically a rare spawn of that mob. So it can only spawn in place of an Ancient Spineclaw, so you can't just wait it out. You have to be actively killing the Spineclaws, and eventually you will get the rare spawn of the Monstrous Spineclaw. Once it's up, just tame it, and there you go, you got yourself the Monstrous Spineclaw. The next one up is one of my personal favorites, and that is Terrorpene. It's this kind of molten-y looking turtle. I just really like the overall feel and theme of this pet, and it's the only one of these that's tameable. There are other models in the game, but this is the only tameable one. And to get this, we're going to have to head to Mount Hyjal, but there's no prerequisites. You don't have to do anything to get this pet. You just want to head over to the Sulfuran Spire in Mount Hyjal, which is the area just outside of Firelands, and kind of in the lava, more towards Ascendant's Rise, up and down there. Terrorpene can spawn. It will walk around that area quite a bit, so make sure you are checking the whole area. And then once you find it as a high level, you can literally just fly over and begin the tame. But as a lower level character, if you're the same level as it, what you'll want to do is aggro it, and it'll start doing a channel. And the second it starts doing the channel, you want to counter shot and then begin the tame straight after. As otherwise, it'll do this beam that will damage you over time and probably kill you before the channel ends. You can also use a pet that has Bloodlust. Cast Bloodlust on yourself, dismiss the pet, and begin the tame that way, and that should give you enough time to tame it before you die. But you can merge those two methods together if you want to as well, which will definitely guarantee the tame. But once you have it, there you go. It is on about a 6-ish to 12-ish hour respawn, so it is a quite long respawning sometimes, so you know, you might be looking for this one for a while, but I think it's worth it. The next pet up is quite an interesting one for a few reasons. First of all, the color scheme on it for a Hydra is really unique and vibrant, so it looks pretty good if you want kind of a show-off pet. The next reason is this has quite a long respawn, with some people saying it's around 20 hours. So this one could be taking you quite a while. And the final thing is it has a unique name that actually stays with it once you finish the tame. Its name is Trigore the Lasher, so if you want a pet with like a multiple space name, then this is one to go after. So to get this pet, you want to head to the Wailing Caverns, which is in Northern Barrens. You'll head into the entrance, you'll run all the way through, and you'll get just towards kind of the actual Wailing Caverns instance entrance. But just before you go inside the instance, you'll find this kind of pool, quite a large pool with the I don't even know what they are, the weird like Loch Ness monster things. And there in that pool will be where the pet can spawn. So you just want to kind of park a character there and consistently be checking, or leave the character logged on. It's up to you how you want to go about it. But this one has quite a lot of competition too. Like I checked on a couple of characters and there was people sat there waiting for it. So this is going to be a tough one to get, but you know, it might be worth it for you, especially if you do want that unique naming and also the uniqueness of the way the pet looks. The next pet up is another bird of prey, which is Aotona, this kind of blue with purple wings bird of prey. It looks quite nice. I do like the color scheme, but this one is rough to get, and for a few reasons. First of all, it has a bit of a longer respawn time, around 8 hours. And the other reason is it's not just competition for hunters. People who want the achievement as well, the Frostbitten achievement, which is to kill all of the rares found in Northrend, will be after this pet as well because they want to kill it. So you're not only competing with hunters, but you're competing with everyone else in the area too. So to find this pet, you will need to head over to Sholazar Basin, and in Sholazar Basin, kind of around River's Heart in a circle, is where Aotona can spawn. So you just want to be doing laps around that, and using obviously track beasts to try and find it, and just keep going until you do. But you want to be pretty quick with the tame, because as I said, you could be mid-tame and someone can fly in and just hit it with one spell and it'll die. So that's kind of the risk and the annoyance of this pet. But it's a hard tame, so if you want those harder tames, then go after it. But the tame itself is quite simple, just not to confuse you there. Once you do find it, you literally just tame it and you'll be good to go. The next pet up is going to be Kash, which is this very vibrant green looking cat. It definitely stands out from the rest of the cat pets you can get in terms of colouring. It is using the older cat model, so it is going to look a little bit worse than some of the newer cats. But colour wise, very, very unique. And to get this one, you want to head over to the Swamp of Sorrows, which is in Eastern Kingdoms. And just kind of south of Bogpaddle, you'll find these kind of little island looking things on the map. And on one of them, the second one from south of Bogpaddle, will be where Kash can spawn. It does blend in a little bit with the zone, but because it's greenish, but as long as you're paying attention, you should be able to find it. And it's on about a 4 to 8ish hour respawn. Nothing you need to know about the tame, it's a straightforward, just tame it, and you'll get the pet. The final pet up on our list is going to be Skarr, and this is another pet from the Molten Front / Mount High Gel, but honestly, the pets there are great. There's a lot of really good pets from that area, and this is another one that isn't a spirit beast, and honestly I really do like this pet in general. It's this kind of metally looking cat, very, very unique looking, and to get this pet you will need to head into the Molten Front, which we talked about how to get to earlier. But once you're in the Molten Front, you will want to head down the left side. Most likely this area is covered in fire for you. If it is, you can kind of hug the right of the fire, right on the ledge, and you shouldn't take any damage from it. You might take a tick or two here, but that's fine. Once you get through the fire, there'll be these platforms that you can kind of parkour up. So you want to jump up them. They do break, so do be careful. They do respawn after a few seconds. Get to the top, and then you're finally in the area where Skarr can spawn. Skarr's on about a 4 to 8ish hour respawn timer, but it does share its respawn timer with another pet in that same location called Karkin, which is kind of like a metal crab. So you'll have to keep waiting and waiting, and you might get unlucky with multiple Karkin spawns, but eventually a Skarr will spawn. And if you're lower level, what you'll want to do is begin the tame, interrupt the pet, and then finish the tame. Or you could just use your Bloodlust or whatever to get the tame off quickly. If you're higher level, you don't want to do the interrupt because you'll end up killing it. So what you want to end up doing is just using your Bloodlust or whatever, Primal Rage, to make your tame go faster. Just begin the tame and you'll probably get the tame off before the cast happens from Skarr, so you'll be good to go. So that does bring us to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and there's some hunter pets in this video that you want to go after now. I imagine some of you will have some of these pets like Skarr and stuff, but I hope there's at least one or two that you do want to go after that you're interested in. And yeah, look out for more videos coming soon. If you did enjoy this video, I'm going to be doing more hunter pet stuff, some mounts, pets in general, just general fun stuff that you can do in the game. I will also be covering 8.2, so look forward to that content as well. I did also cover a video very similar to this in the past, but it was covering pets that are just unique looking in some way. They weren't specifically rares, but they had unique models and looks to them. So if you're after more pets as well, definitely check out that video. There'll be a card popping up now in the top right corner. But yeah, outside of that, I also stream on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/Syiler. If you want to come and hang out in my live stream, there'll be a link in the description down below. Outside of that, look out for more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.